Hello and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. So this is something a little bit different. I know I'm a music channel and you might be thinking, well, why am I doing a review of the Snoozeband Deluxe? Don't worry, this isn't a sponsored video, although Snoozeband, please reach out to me if you'd like. But no, this is just an honest review because I purchased one around about a month ago and I've had it for about a month and I've used it, and I wanted to just give my opinion and a little bit of feedback on the pros and the cons. So what exactly is the Snoozeband? Well, here it is, the box here. There's lots of different variants that increase in price. This one is, I suppose, the mid-range, I guess, is around about £50, I think. And it's a sleep mask with built-in headphones. So you can listen to white noise, relaxing sounds, or it's Bluetooth compatible, so you can actually hook it up to your phone and listen to music. Now, the reason why I'm doing this review is because as a musician, I sort of, respect and require peace and quiet sometimes. And, when you're very busy and your whole life revolves around music, sometimes you just want that kind of calm and that peace. And I've lived in a few places where there's been quite a lot of noise. And also I struggle a little bit with external light as well. I find it hard to switch off unless things are dark. And so this really ticks the boxes. It's a sleep mask, so it's going to be blocking out the light, which it does a very good job of. And it's also got the ability to play white noise sounds, and I'll talk about those in a moment as well. So I purchased it thinking, well, this might just help me a little bit when I want to get a bit of peace and quiet. And it looks like this. I've got it just kind of here. It has a Velcro band to it as well, so you just connect it via the Velcro strap, and then obviously you can adjust it to the size of your head. I obviously have a large melon head, and yeah, it's very, very soft. So inside you've got this very, very soft breathable material. Now, when I first wore it, I probably made the mistake of judging it too soon because I felt very claustrophobic and it felt very hot. But it happened to be during that heat wave that we had some time back where the temperatures were really hot, and I think that didn't help. But actually feeling it now, it feels very soft and it feels very cool. So actually it is pretty comfortable to wear. Now, I'm not going to take this apart, but just here where my finger is feeling here, there are the 4mm speakers on either side here, and you can feel them. They feel probably around about the size of a 50p piece, maybe just a tiny bit bigger, and that's where your sound is going to be coming from. That's when you're listening to your white noise sounds and your music if you choose to. Now, these don't just have to be used for sleeping. They're also quite useful for people who maybe are traveling a lot. Again, musicians often go and do a lot of traveling, long distance flights, and they may possibly need something just to block the world out a little bit and help them sleep or to travel. So that's another kind of a useful tool. So yeah, so when I purchased it, I thought I'll give it a go, and I'll be honest, the first couple of nights that I used it, I actually thought about returning it because they do offer a 2-week return, a 14-day, no quibbles. If you're not happy with it, it doesn't work for you, then you can just send it back for a full refund. You do have to pay the postage yourself to get it back, but it's a fair deal, I would say. So I found it a bit uncomfortable. Now, as I said earlier in the video, it was very hot when I tried it, which doesn't help sometimes, but I was finding that it was quite difficult with the oh, there we go, it just vanished. It vanished there, didn't it? With the headphones or the speakers, I found that they were kind of digging into my ears a little bit, and it took me quite a lot of time to find that sweet spot, to find that comfortable position. And yeah, I still haven't fully got that position down yet, but it is much better now. I just had to move things around a little bit and adjust things a little bit. But the first couple of nights, my ears were hurting a little bit because of the pressure. It's not a deal breaker. It's not something that you can just put straight on and get the immediate position straight away. You do need to tinker with it a little bit to get there. But once you've got it, you don't really need to change or adjust it really too much then. And once you've got the Velcro strap attached, you don't even really need to pull it apart too much, you can just sort of slide it over your head then, depending on how tight you want it. So so that was my initial feedback. So I'm going to go through some of the pros first, some of the things that I liked, and I'm going to go through some of the cons. So, oh dear, my microphone is disappearing into the background, into the ether. So in terms of the pros, it blocks out the light really, really well. So that's definitely a pro. Pro number 2 is it is comfortable. Once you get the sweet spot, it feels nice to wear. It feels luxurious. It feels high quality. And yeah, it's comfortable. And it has helped really with my sleep. I do feel like I am sleeping better. And I do feel like I'm getting more peace, from it, which is great. And obviously you don't have to have the sounds on at all. You could just use it as a sleep mask. That's absolutely fine. And then the other pro I would say is, whilst it is expensive for what it is, and some people might think, well, £50 for a sleep mask, that's outrageous. I do feel like it does offer quite a lot more than that, because of the fact that you can have sounds playing, that you can also hook it up to your Bluetooth devices, so you can listen to music. Now, this is not going to rival any of the major headphone brands. This is not what it's meant to be. It's not an audio file kind of device where it's going to be high quality sound. But I would say that the sound quality was pretty good. It was a lot louder than I anticipated. You can set the sound really loud. Well, to my ears, I didn't hear really any distortion or any break in audio quality. It was more than loud enough to have for the purposes of what you want. So that was good. And also it came with quite a few sounds. It came with around about a dozen sounds, ranging from like running water, white noise, brown noise, all the different kind of sounds, bird song. There was lots. Now, when I bought it, I thought it only came with white noise. So I was, and for the first week or two, that's all I used, because that was all I thought it had. And then I discovered that it had all of these other sounds to it as well. Now, this takes me on to my sort of one con, I suppose, and it's probably the only con, but it's one that's definitely worth mentioning, and that is it's not very intuitive to use. So on the front, you have these 3 buttons. You've got the plus, minus, and then, well, I'm not sure what the one in the middle is, like a little cloud or something. Who knows? I got it upside down anyway, but you've got the 3 buttons there. And to access the different functions, so you can set a timer, you can set how long the sounds play for before it switches off. You can change, as I said, the volume. You can change the sounds themselves. But in order to do it, you have to go through a kind of a convoluted system of long presses and double taps and things like that. And unless you've kind of memorized how to do it, it's quite easy to have it all on your head and be ready to sleep and ready to go and think, right, I'll put some nice relaxing running water sounds on, and then completely forget how to press the buttons to get it to sound. And then you've got she's telling you that she's pairing to Bluetooth, and then suddenly the volume's gone up, and then you've set the timer, and before you know it, you kind of got yourself into a real tiz, and then you have to take it off, and then you have to get the instructions out and remember what buttons to press. So it's not very intuitive. I wish there was a slightly easier way to do it, but I think once you have done it a number of times, you will get used to doing it. But it's just something to bear in mind, that if you want to kind of get the best of the device, you might need to sit down and just memorize or have to hand the actual instructions there. You just have to ask yourself, do you want something that's going to block out the light? Do you want something that's able to play music and relaxing sounds? And do you want something that's going to be sort of comfortable for a variety of things, such as maybe long journeys, or when you need to sleep and get a bit of peace from like a snoring partner, or noisy neighbors, or the light outside? Then I think if you answer yes to any of those things, then this very well might be the one to go for. Anyway, like I said, this is not sponsored in any way. I just wanted to share my experiences as a musician on this Snoozeband Deluxe. And yeah, I think if I had to give it a score out of 10, I would probably go for a score of 8. I think it's a good product. It's got lots of benefits, with a few little caveats and a few little issues here and there. But once you get it, you're good to go. Anyway, thanks very much. If you found that informative and useful, do drop a comment and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you all in my next video. Take care.